The moors stretch flat and grey in every direction. No trees, no houses, just the ribbon of wet tarmac cutting through the heather, catching the last amber sliver of November light. A slate-coloured Volvo moves along the road at a measured speed. Inside, Nardia Cole drives in silence. No music. The radio is off. Her camera bag occupies the passenger seat like a second person. On the dashboard, a manila folder. The words stamped across it in red. She pulls off the main road onto a gravel lane barely wide enough for the car. The tyres crunch over frost-hardened stone. Dead grass presses in from both sides. The hospital appears without warning. 4 stories of dark Victorian brick. Tall, arched windows, most of them boarded. The roof sags at the east wing like a broken spine. A chain-link fence surrounds the perimeter, but the main gate hangs open at an angle, one hinge rusted clean through. Nardia stops the car, engine off. She does not get out immediately. She studies the building. The building does not move, but something about it feels like it is studying her back. The beam of Nadia's torch cuts through 40 years of darkness. The floor is linoleum, once white, now the colour of old teeth. It peels at the edges, curling upward as if trying to leave. The smell is dense and specific, damp plaster, rotting wood, and beneath it something else, something chemical. Bleach, perhaps, or the memory of bleach. She raises her camera, the shutter clicks, the flash strobes white. In the viewfinder, an empty corridor, 12 doors, all closed. She moves deeper. The torch beam slides across a rusted gurney overturned against the wall. A child's shoe, brown leather, sole worn through. A framed photograph, glass cracked, image too water-damaged to identify. Nardia documents everything, systematic, professional. She reaches the end of the corridor and turns left toward the stairwell. She stops. At the far end of the next corridor, perhaps 30 meters away, something is standing, tall, still, the shape of a person. Nadia's torch arm does not waver. She holds the beam on the figure. It does not move. It is facing away from her. Or not facing away. It simply has no face that she can determine. The head is there, yes. But whether it is turned toward her or away from her is somehow impossible to read, as if the face itself is a question that the darkness refuses to answer. She raises her camera. The shutter clicks, the flash fires, the corridor is empty. Nardia has set up a temporary workstation in what was once a nurse's station, a portable lamp, a thermos of coffee, her laptop open, uploading the afternoon's photographs. She works in silence. Then, from somewhere above her, a sound. Not a creak, not the settling of old timbers, something more deliberate, footsteps, even, slow, moving in a straight line across the floor above. Nardia sits very still. Her hand rests on the table beside her camera. The footsteps stop directly above her head. Silence. Then, from the old intercom speaker mounted above the door, a crackle of static. She did not know the intercom system still had power. She did not give it power. A voice comes through. Female, calm, recorded. Patient in Ward C is non-responsive, requesting immediate attendance. Patient in Ward C is... The recording cuts. Static. Silence. Nardia stands. She photographs the intercom. She photographs the ceiling. She photographs the empty doorway. She does not go upstairs, not yet. Grey light leaks through boards across the windows. The building feels different in the morning, less hidden, but not safer. Nardia moves through the 3rd floor with her camera. Every room, a bed frame, bare springs, a window. Every room, the same. She enters the last room at the corridor's end. This one is different. In the centre of the room, a wooden chair faces the window. On the windowsill, a single object, a glass bottle empty with a strip of paper rolled inside it. Nardia crosses to the window. She lifts the bottle, uncorks it, draws the paper out. It is a photograph, black and white, taken inside this very room. She can identify the chair, the window, the warped floorboards. A woman sits in the chair. The photograph is old, the paper yellowed, the edges soft. The woman's posture is rigid, her hands folded in her lap. Her face is obscured, not by shadow, not by motion blur. It is simply not there. Where the face should be, the photograph shows nothing, not blankness, not white space, just absence, as if the face were removed with surgical precision, leaving the surrounding detail perfectly intact. Nardia sets the photograph down on the windowsill. She raises her camera to document it. In the viewfinder, beyond the photograph, beyond the chair, in the corner of the room, the figure is standing. She lowers the camera. The corner is empty. She raises the camera again. The figure is there, in the viewfinder, in the corner, tall, grey, facing the wall. She does not lower the camera this time. She holds the frame, studies it. The figure turns, slowly. It turns toward her, and where its face should be, the viewfinder goes black. The camera dies. Battery gone. She charged it fully the night before. Nardia is outside, leaning against the Volvo, downloading photographs onto her laptop. The sky is low and white, no wind. She scrolls through the images, room after room, corridor after corridor. She stops. In the photograph of the main corridor, the one she took on arrival, there is a figure. At the far end, 30 meters back, almost swallowed by shadow, she zooms in, tall, grey, no face. She had not seen it when she took this photograph. She was certain the corridor was empty. She scrolls back further, the gurney in the entrance hall. In the background, half visible behind a door, the silhouette of a standing figure. She scrolls further. Outside. She took 3 shots of the exterior from the road before entering. In the third shot, in the third floor window, second from the left, a shape. Behind the boards, pressed to the gap, watching. It was there before she entered the building. Nardia finds the basement door at the end of the ground floor corridor. It was locked yesterday. Today it is open. The stairs descend into cold air and total darkness. She goes down. The basement is a long room with a low ceiling and concrete walls. Medical equipment lines the shelves in rusted rows. Glass syringes, specimen jars, clipboards with paperwork still attached. She photographs everything. At the far end, a filing cabinet, 3 drawers, all open. She approaches, looks in. Patient files, hundreds of them, arranged in alphabetical order. Her torch moves across the tabs. Her hand stops. She pulls a file. The name on the tab is her own. She stands very still. She opens the file. Inside, intake forms, observation notes, a treatment schedule, and a photograph. A clinical identification photograph, the kind taken on admission. The photograph shows a woman in a grey patient's gown, seated in a wooden chair, hands folded in her lap. The face has been cut out, not damaged, not worn away, cut, deliberately, with scissors or a blade, a precise oval of absence where the face should be. Nardia's hands do not shake. That is the most frightening detail of all. Her hands are completely still. She closes the file. She looks up. The figure is at the other end of the basement, close now, much closer than before, facing her. No face. Her torch beam holds it in a column of light. It does not move. It does not move. Then, from outside, above on the gravel drive, the sound of a car. A police Land Rover. Detective Harlon Price steps out, late 50s, a waterproof jacket over a suit, a file tucked under his arm. He scans the building, sees the Volvo. He walks toward the main entrance. Nadia emerges from the basement doorway. Price is already inside, torch in hand. "Ms. Cole, glad I found you. Tried your mobile. No signal out here." He holds out his hand. She shakes it on instinct. "Demolition's been paused. We've had a development. Wanted to speak with you before the site gets sealed." He opens the file under his arm, holds it toward her. "A body was recovered on the grounds this morning. East Wing. Preliminary estimate. It's been there some time. Years, not days." He shows her a document inside the file. "The identification we're working from is complicated, but this was found with the remains." He produces an evidence bag. Inside it, a camera she recognizes, the make, the model, the small crack in the lower left corner of the lens housing, exactly where she dropped it 2 years ago on a job in Manchester. Her camera, the one hanging around her neck. Nardia looks down. The strap is empty. Her hands are empty. The camera is in the evidence bag. It has always been in the evidence bag. The room is dark. The window is unboarded. Moonlight falls through it in a narrow column. In the center of the room, a wooden chair. A woman sits in it, still, hands folded in her lap. Her face is turned toward the window. On the floor beside the chair, a portable lamp, a thermos, a laptop, screen dark, battery dead. The laptop's screensaver had been cycling through photographs before it shut down. 247 photographs. Every single one shows the same thing. An empty room, an empty corridor, an empty building. No camera, no torch beam, no figure, no Nardia. Nothing. The woman in the chair does not move. The moonlight shifts. For just a moment, one frame, one fraction of a second, the light falls across her face, and there is nothing there.